Stacey and Chase Boo. The views and opinions expressed in this feature are those of the listeners and participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of East Coast Radio.
All right, so you know the vibe, two sides, one argument, and your point of view. And Stacey, you want to set up today's Great Drive debate?
Yeah, so this is part of a bigger conversation. 67% of Gen Zs, right, believe themselves to be quote-unquote lonely, and the numbers aren't great in the age brackets of 15 to 17 either. And one of the main causes of this epidemic is social media. So that's what we're exploring today. Social media versus loneliness. We are obviously more connected than ever before. But this recent report that I was chatting about earlier found that Gen Zs, the most online generation in history, also happens to be what coinkydink, the loneliest, right? Load shedding chats, family WhatsApp groups, TikTok trends. We are obviously all plugged in 24/7, 365. But somewhere between the scrolling and the screenshotting, real connection seems to be just dissipating all around us.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you two sides. You get to analyze both those sides and determine which side you are for. If you're in between, that's also welcome. Here is argument number one, the loneliness machine. If you think about it, right, you can be sitting with your family at supper. Everyone's on their phones, but nobody's actually talking to each other. We scroll past hundreds of people's lives each and every day, but we still really feel like nobody knows ours. It's connection without actually connecting. Like it's, instead of conversations, it's comments instead of company. You can have 3,000 followers and still cry yourself to sleep with nobody to call and, have a decent conversation with.
An actual conversation.
Yeah.
So argument number two is the lifeline. So for somebody who's stuck at home, far from family in another province or potentially overseas, that group chat that you're part of might be the only voice that they will actually hear all day. Online communities have connected people living with the same illnesses, the same struggles, the same story. People who we might have never been able to connect with, we have managed to find each other through this very platform. And for a lot of South Africans, data may be expensive, yes, but it is also cheaper than the taxi fare to go and actually see someone. Social media isn't replacing connection for everyone. For some, it actually is the only bridge that they've got.
Yeah, so let's explore this loneliness, this connection, given or taken by social media, which will be determined by your personal experience. Is social media making us more lonely or less lonely?
Where do you land on this? And on the line from Waterfall, we welcome Yaku. How are you?
How's it, Yaku?
Oh, the team, great in yourself.
Oh, man, we great. As part of the Great Drive debate, is social media making us more or less lonely? What are your thoughts and opinions on that question?
No, I think it definitely makes you more lonely because WhatsApp, you chat so much with the people. You catch up on their life on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and all that. So when you actually meet up face to face, you don't have that much to say anymore. So the next time you make plans, the last time we said like 10 words to each other. So is it worth actually driving to the coffee shop or driving to them? We'll just catch up. But as humans, we need that physical interaction with people. But the social media is taking that drive or that feel for it away. Because I've got a friend, we catch up on WhatsApp like on a weekly basis, and every 2-3 months we say, no, we need to catch up with a cup of coffee. And 3 years later, we still haven't gotten a cup of coffee.
Yeah, because you're satisfied with what you have online. You know when his birthday is, you know what he ate, you know how he's feeling, or at least you feel like you are updated to a point where you are satisfied to say, you know what, we don't really need to meet, or like, I'd rather just do the online because that's more conducive for the relationship.
Yeah, definitely. But the missing human factor or
it's still there.
The connection that you miss, that actually plays on your mental health at the end of the day as well. And that is why people then start feeling lonely and depressed because I've got 3,000 followers, but I have no friends.
So, Yaku, what's really interesting, and I'm going to just I'm going to put it to you, okay? I'm going to put it to you today, is that with your Mikey there, who you see sort of once every few months, you need to keep that date up. It is imperative. So, because we're all the same, right? We're also all really busy. So people have partners and kids and businesses and we're tired and we need to lie down and watch our shows on Netflix and all those kinds of things. So it's easier to kind of like also, it's fine, we'll catch up another time, and then it doesn't end up happening. So force yourself, you and your friend, and see it as like a little bit of a social experiment. I do it with my best friend once a week. It's called Therapy Thursday. And we have to get together. Because the amount of things that you get to discuss when you're face to face is very different from an online situation.
Yeah.
So please, Yaku, go and see your friend.
Yaku, please.
For me, Yaku, please.
Spend some personal time with your mate, okay?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll
Thank you,
definitely make a
man.
plan.
And please give
Yaku
us
and your
feedback
friend.
in terms of how the relationship is going, because we all need a friend every now and again, okay?
Yeah, no, we'll do.
Danko, man.
Thank
all
you,
right.
Yaku.
Let's cross on over to Leslie, all the way from Potchefstroom. Welcome to the show, Leslie. How you doing?
I'm finding you, Jasper.
Hey, we are good, girl. Talk to us. Is social media making us more or less lonely according to you and your lived experience?
To me, it's less lonely because my mother stays in Durban. I'm in Potchefstroom. My sister's in Vereniging. I don't get to see them
Yes.
because I don't have the funds to travel. So social media is what makes me connecting to them on a daily basis. Like each and every morning when I open my eyes, I'm like, hey, Mom, how are you? How did you sleep? Even to my sister as well. I'm like, good morning, sis. How are you? How was your day? And did you sleep okay? That's how I communicate with my friends and family.
Yeah, that's powerful. And listen, if you didn't have that, imagine how isolated you would feel, bearing in mind that you live in a different city in comparison to them. Can I just ask you something, Leslie? In terms of like the level of interaction and intimacy that you guys get to explore online, do you guys like do that cute thing of like it's dinner time, then you're sitting together, all of you are having dinner, or like is it just on a more check-up basis on how you're doing, what's happening in your life kind of vibe? How intimate is your online relationship with your loved ones?
Actually, very intimate. It's like I communicate with my mom on a daily basis, like I said before. We speak about things that bugs her, that bugs me.
Deep,
We can sometimes sit and chat until 9 o'clock at night because
Leslie?
my mom's got a sleeping disorder.
So your mom is keeping you up. Now you also have a sleeping disorder. Now suddenly it's an hereditary issue.
The family
Leslie,
problem.
I just want to ask you something though, just for the people who are listening, because I think when people think social media, they think specifically you're texting each other. Are you calling your mom as well?
Yes.
Okay.
When I do have
All right.
airtime, we do call, and even when she's got airtime, we call each other.
You got to have a chat.
Beautiful, man.
And also love to your mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out, man. And we are grateful for new technology, the fact that you and your mom can connect on a day-to-day basis. That must be doing something good for your mental health, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out. Look at you, Leslie. Mamas go in the building. Thank you for sharing, okay? And thank you for participating in today's conversation.
You're welcome.
Danko. All right, we turn back to you, KZN. Is social media making us more or less lonely?
Dan Boja from the Bluff. So being someone that's very active on social media in the sense that I create a lot of content, I also know it's so important to be physically present in my kids' lives. So when I get home from work and I'm done with whatever needs to be done, I physically spend time playing with my kids. So they have that physical touch there, because I also believe that in this generation, yes, we're moving towards technology and we're moving forward in life, but we still need that personal, physical connection with someone.
Hi, Jisbo. This is Sivi from Potchefstroom. If we take it back into the COVID time with social media, I find that I lived alone in Johannesburg throughout that time, and it got quite lonely. But it was really great that I was able to watch videos, share recipes on TikTok, try new things, and people were able to communicate, even though we weren't able to visit people, but video calls. And I also do feel that social media has played a very important role in helping a lot of people with loneliness and stuff like that. So that's just my take.
Hi, Stacey and Jay. It's just Dawney from Potchefstroom. I just want to put my 2 cents in there. It has really taken over our lives, the social media, everything, WhatsApp, everything. There's no such thing as there's no time, because we all work the same hours. Even 10 years back, I in fact work more hours than the kids are these days, but you still made time on a Sunday to go visit your parents or hang out with your kids or whatever. Now, this gentleman that just is speaking is correct. You've caught up on WhatsApp and that's it, or social media, that's it. You don't need to see each other anymore. So it is a much more lonelier life because everyone sees each other less. I don't know if it's COVID or what is it, but it's just gotten so out of hand. It's destroying families where kids don't need parents anymore because they can just speak to them on the phone quickly and then they can just do whatever they want on their phone. I mean, you even go visit people, you see them on their phones or the TV is on, whereas the olden days they were just sitting and having conversations around a braai. And every 5 minutes now, you'll hear a phone going off. There's just no getting together and having a good time because there's just not much more to say anymore. And it's sad. It really is sad, especially for our generations, people in their 50s and up, because it's just so hard to get used to. It's very sad.
When used excessively and in the wrong way, it can really isolate you. And it can be the bridge between connecting with your loved ones. I think the main reason why we're having this conversation as part of the Great Drive debate is to remind you that, connect with your loved ones. Face-to-face is better than online. Just use online maybe as an alternative. But face-to-face interaction, you can never replace that human connection that you get from face-to-face. And maybe that reminds you to call someone today and be like, hey, let's meet up and talk face-to-face. And that's the point.
Also, just to issue a challenge, just however old you are, wherever you come from, whatever your circumstances, that the next time you're in a social setting, no one is on their phone.
Yeah.
Just leave your phone in your handbag. Obviously, don't leave it in the car. That's not safe. But just don't have it on the table.
Engage.
Because the idea that I would go to my mother's house or even my best friend's house and be on my phone at the table, it would be taken away from me with such gusto. It just wouldn't happen. And I think that Diane's right, Travis, this last voice note, it is sad. So maybe if we practice just looking at each other and conversing and trying to undo what COVID, I think, instilled as normal in many of us, maybe we could learn to, guys, be friends again.
Just get through.
Outside. We can touch grass together.
We can do that now, guys.
It can be done.
Please.
Stacey and Chase Boo. Weekdays from 3 p.m. East Coast Radio.